Welcome back to Book Boozle. We're super excited for everybody to be here this week talking about House of Marionne. Kat, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited to be back in the world of fantasy. This one was super fun. I can't wait for the second one to come out, and I'm really excited to talk about it. And there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on.
This book. I really enjoyed it. What about you?
Okay. I really did. I think I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I think when I do my story thing, it'll probably be a 4.5, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the character development. I think it did a really good job of laying everything out to where it wasn't repetitive, but it also, you knew what was going on the entire time. You didn't have to like flip back and remind yourself of something that was going on.
I really enjoyed that too. I also enjoyed how much world building we had, but at the same time, I'm not like being stuck in the world building for chapter on chapter on chapter. Like it was a very quick go, go, go.
It really was. It was very good. And I love a book that gives you a little map at the beginning because I know I'm getting into something when there's a map. So that was really fun. And it's really well drawn.
It really is beautiful, man.
It's really nice.
It gives me House of Versailles vibes for everybody.
Yes.
Like it has very big giant gardens and a guard shack and like, you know, the greenhouse conservatories and all of that stuff. It's so interesting.
It's so
beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. I really enjoyed getting to know Quell and the development of certain characters in this book. I wish we had a little bit more about her mom in this book, but I have a feeling a lot about it in the second book. I really enjoyed that it was like modern day times, but at the same time in the magic world, it wasn't modern. Those two worlds kind of clashing. You know, you had your cell phones, but you had the people who were magic and didn't want to use them really. Or often use them. And then you have people who were graduated that were in modern day times, but at the same time, the people in Cotillion and in their debutante year kind of felt like they were back in modern or medieval times with big dresses and swords. And
that was really fun. All the daggers and it is kind of fun to think about those times where there were balls and all that stuff. Like, I think it'd be so fun. I mean, I know we did our debutante.
We did.
But we didn't have a lot of balls. And I would love to have a reason to wear more.
Let's just start a whole like group of people. Let's just start traveling balls. Let's just go over the whole.
Honestly, I think that'd go very well.
I think so too. But I loved the imagery in this book too. There was so much like flowers and colors. You know, you got your golds and your silvers and your rose golds, and like there was just so much vibrancy to the series until the very end.
I do like that as well. The different. I don't think it's giving anything away, but with the different diadems, it kind of represents like how special you are, what kind of magic you have.
Or even the face masks were different too, but it was very cool just to see like picture like all these different gems and rubies that they're describing in their diadems. And like it felt very breath of fresh air for fantasy because it felt very airy, but at the same time it's still very dark.
Like there's definitely a lot of dark stuff going on, but there's like the people who are not Quell and involved in Quell, like they're just having a great light livelihood, just trying to get through this school. And so it seems like a really cool world to be in if you're not Quell.
Yes. And for everybody who has not read the book yet, Quell is our main female character here. She is been on the run her whole life with her mom from this mysterious magical creature that wants to kill her. For having this darkness in her. She doesn't really know what the darkness is until she ends up having to getting separated from her mom one night and ending up at her grandmother's mansion, where she finds out that people are learning how to hone this magical stuff inside of them, and then they're graduating and becoming members of the so-called order. And it just kind of takes you through her journey of learning how to enhance and suppress the right kind of magic and
Yeah.
learning the ways of the cotillion and learning how to sit and talk and eat and learning all the different types of magic that
Mhm.
they have because they have all kinds of different houses and magics and things like that. And, navigating that world of properness and rubbing elbows with the top politicians in the world and all kinds of fun things like that.
Yes. Yeah. It's very fun to watch, and you get to see Quell kind of with this darkness inside her. You get to see the character development of the will she, won't she embrace who she is, or will she want to do what she's always thought she's wanted to do. So watching her internal battle of figuring out who she is a lot of fun as well.
This book made me kind of want to read How to Learn Latin.
This book made you want to learn how to read Latin?
Yes.
I get it. I took Latin.
Cat, okay.
I took Latin in middle school.
Did you?
I did. I took 2 years of it, so then I could take French.
I took French, but I haven't taken Latin.
Took 2 years of Latin just because they didn't offer French in middle school, but Latin is kind of like the root of a lot of the Romantic languages. So,
see, I didn't start languages until high school, and I took 3 years of French in high school and then 3 years of French in college.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
I did semesters in college, but
I did not continue my I wish I did.
It was required at UT.
Really? I don't know. We didn't have to do that. I wish I had.
Yeah.
But
we're just trying to be world people here.
Now I just got to Duolingo it. So
Rosetta Stone, baby.
Yeah. Like, I just want to, now that I'm out of school, all I want to do is learn new things. But I feel like if I went back to school, I would still hate it.
But I think it's because you're learning the things you want to learn, not what everybody else is telling you to learn.
I have said I really want to start like auditing classes where you can just pay to go sit. You don't have to take any of the tests or anything, but you can just go and sit and learn.
Which is what Quell does.
I know, but I want to do like mythology, like random classes.
I want to do that with you.
Okay.
Let's do an online one.
What?
Let's do an online one.
Let's do it.
I'm
so down. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, come to the world of Cat and Cat.
I know.
We're just reading books. We'll be teaching you all kinds of things before you know it.
We're reading books, learning new things. We both like plants. It's a whole.
I've learned how to woodwork this year.
You're doing great. Lots of drywall involved in your life.
Not anymore.
I know we're done. For those of you who are listening, Kat and her husband Chris did all of their own drywall this year in their basement, and it looks fantastic.
It was a bitch. I don't recommend.
But you learned a new skill.
I did learn a new skill, and anything my house throws at me, I can figure out how to do now. But yep,
it's like that. What is it? It's the "How hard can it be?" gene, where you just how hard can it be?
That is me. Unfortunately, I grew up with a dad who's like always said that if you try it hard enough, it'll always work out. And here we are learning how to frame out a ceiling and drywall 1,100 square feet. So
there you go.
Live to tell the tale.
How hard can it be?
How hard can it be? Men do
Boys do it. Boys do it.
Do it. How hard can it be?
Exactly. That is one of my favorite memes, reels that are around right now. It's so funny.
Okay.
Anyway,
get back to the specifics of House of Marionne.
Yes, we're back.
Right. If you haven't read the book, I think Kat and I are trying our best not to go into details, but
yes, it's hard not to.
It's really hard to read this book. And it's really good for those who haven't read it. Highly suggest. The second book is not out yet, so we will keep you updated as book number 2 comes out. We've got Wisteria, and then we got book number 2 of House of Marionne coming out this fall. So those are already on our buckets. But if you want to hop and come back and see us later when you finish the book, come on by. We'll go ahead and tee up for you that next week is the Cruel Prince series by Holly Black.
Very excited about this one.
Yes, it's a really good book. I'm excited. So if you want to go ahead and hop ahead with us and read in real time, that's where where we're going next.
Yes.
But if you haven't read House of Marionne, you might want to skedoodle on out.
Yep. We're about to spoil everything.
Let's do it. Let's call them out.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how bad reading fantasy? I just want this stuff to be real.
But same though.
Wish magic was real.
I would love to be in this world because have you noticed how nobody in the fantasy world has real jobs? Like, and they just have this buku of money
Yep.
in this world. And I just want to know how these people don't have to work, but they still have mansions.
No. I know. Where does all the money come from? Where does you just poof money?
I mean, I guess because you
like
poof yourself.
They pay tuition. Do they pay tuition for this school?
No, I think
Probably not. So
there's so many characters I want to go to.
Yeah.
There's so many things I want to go over.
Absolutely. So let's, I guess, start with Quell. So at the very beginning, she's on the run with her mom.
Yep. I really liked Quell and her development. At times she was a bit whiny to me.
Yep.
But at the same time, like, I don't feel like there was moments where I was like, oh, you annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah. No, it was kind of
enjoyed her.
Like, yeah, you just hear, and you get annoyed, I guess, with anybody if you hear their inner monologue long enough. But easier said than done, right? Like you say, I wouldn't have done that, but.
Oh, I know. I want to say I wouldn't be the person that would get killed first in like a horror movie, but I have to admit I would be. I absolutely.
I mean, you're self-aware enough to know that.
You know, I'd just be like, how hard could it be? What on earth could it be? Can't be that bad. I walk right into it.
Right into the trap.
I am from my ancestry.
You're doing great. It's okay. It's okay. Your sacrifice could mean someone else lives. So there you go.
So long as I get to go with Harley, we're all good.
Yes. I know.
But yeah, I really liked Quell. I want to go into Jordan, Grey Mom, Abby, and Shelby a little bit more.
Absolutely.
So let's start with Abby. I loved her. She was so cute.
She's so sweet.
She just was a genuinely nice little sunshiny spot at the time.
She was Quell's roommate when she got there. She's in the healer path.
Well, she chose that at the end of the book. So she wasn't a healer until she went and graduated from Cotillion.
Well, I think she was on the track because she was the one that healed Quell's injuries.
Oh, she was already on the track.
Yeah, so she was. That's all her studies is focused, and then you kind of see Abby's progression of going through the different rites, and at the very end, she's just super excited. She's got her cotillion, she's got her debutante, and she really wants Quell. They become good friends, and they kind of have a little tiff because Quell's kind of overwhelmed helping Abby with everything.
But Abby's also has her mom everywhere, and Quell is missing her mom. And, you know, I don't think that the tiff was really long enough because I think Abby was so self-aware. She's like, oh, shoot, I didn't even think about this. And my mom, like, fawning over me, over my cotillion.
Yeah.
You haven't seen your mom in weeks, and, like, she knows.
Yeah.
I appreciate Abby a lot as a human and a character.
I do, too. She was very self-aware. She's just very positive. She was always on Quell's side. Like, there wasn't, you know, sometimes in these books, the best friend is the one that ends up having the ulterior motive.
Yes.
And I really liked that Abby was, at least so far, kind of
a genuine friend.
Yeah.
A genuine friend.
She came in at the end, too. She brought what's his name? It starts with an O.
Minnick Octus.
Yes, Octus, who turns out to be.
Oh, I want to get into that a lot too, but I want to go into Shelby for a minute.
Yes.
Shelby was definitely a pretend friend, which we figure out why in the end because she was thinking she was going to be the House of Marionne's heir since Marionne women were gone, and she was trying to steal it out from underneath. Well, which I find so interesting. But one thing I want to touch on is. At one point, grandma, mother, whatever you want to call her, points out that the Duncans are no longer in good standing with the order, period.
Yeah.
And she was talking about having a lunch with the Duncans because she feels that they were trying to get in good standing with her, thinking she could get them back into the order.
Yeah.
Is she not a Duncan?
She is a Duncan.
That's
Yeah,
why. So I really want to know what happened here. Why
I
all
know.
of a sudden? Because remember, she didn't show up for her cotillion.
Shelby, yeah,
Yeah,
she disappeared.
she disappeared because she was supposed to be on the same cotillion as Abby,
Hmm.
which is another thing I want to talk about. But I want to know what happened there and why all of a sudden in the middle, like we don't really have a lot of information on Shelby post her helping Quell. Like when she helped Quell, all was great in the world.
Hmm.
But then all of a sudden we hear Grandmom saying the Duncans are not in good standing with the order. They're
Yeah,
trying to claw their way back in through me. And then we get this snippet of Shelby talking to Felix, which
and
is
then
another dragon.
he kills her.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, I wasn't going there. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So Felix and Shelby were trying to conspire to be pretty much the heads of two large houses.
Yeah. Yeah, Shelby wanted to take Quell's place, and Shelby knew that the dragons were hunting Quell, and she was just scheming. She wanted to be.
I just want to know more about that. Because she was so nice at first.
I know, and I feel like I don't really know why. I mean, I feel like if anything, she should have just been mean from the beginning because she knew that when Quell showed up,
I don't think she knew who Quell was.
there.
Well, I guess she did because everybody knew. But
Yeah, so it's like, why were you nice in the beginning?
I wonder if she thought being nice to Quell could keep her in that good standing with House of Marionne.
Yeah.
I want more information on Shelby is what I'm getting at.
I know. We don't know what like the turning point is to make her mean, other than, I mean, she wants to be heir, but that would have made her mean all along, I would think.
Right.
But so do you think now that her character's gone, we're going to get any clarification on it?
I don't know. And I hope we do. I hope it's not one of those where that's just a whole bunch of mysteries we never get answers on.
I know.
But I also have this feeling that she might not actually be dead.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he just sent her somewhere.
You know, I feel like maybe she caught on that somebody was listening and she magicked herself
Maybe.
to give a cloak to appear that she died.
That would be a twist. I'd enjoy that. Kind of see Shelby. It's like the beginning of her, like villain story.
Yeah.
Like the turning point. That'd be fun.
It would be fun. But I don't know that you can have Shelby be a villain if Quell is now the villain too.
I also think this book is like Quell's origin story, like villain, or like I am ready for her to be a villain, and I love
it too. And I love the scenery and the shaping of her in the black shimmery dress with a black diadem. Now
I love the black diadem. I mean, black is typically what I like. All of my wardrobe is black in general, but so this.
I mean, look at us today. We're both wearing black.
Ta-da! But I love the black diadem. I think that is so badass. I think it's so cool.
It annoys me that like nobody else has black diadems because I feel like they would be the prettiest with like a dark ruby and like colorful gemstones with a black diadem. Like, so those would be so sparkly.
That'd be so nice. I'd want one. I'll take the dark magic. Sign me up.
I want a tiara. I'm pretty sure I have a tiara from when I dressed up as a fire queen.
Ooh, fun. I wonder.
I think I returned.
I think it's hard to sleep with those. Like you would need an extra long bed, right?
But I mean, it's just like in their.
It's attached to their head.
It's not attached to their head. It is their head.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like high enough up right here. Like in my mind, it goes like.
It's like straight up and down.
Yeah, right here. So like you have the back crown of your head.
You would just need an extra long bed, I guess.
Just burrow further into it.
Wow.
Just don't put your bed
logistics.
It's the wall. Weird. I wonder if they're pointy, because if they're pointy, then that could be a problem. Me thinking of drywall.
Now I'm just thinking about them if they're pointing like running at each other like bulls.
Maybe this is why we're not in the magical world, Kat. I feel like we would try that.
Yeah. Oh God, I couldn't.
Maybe that's why none of the men have the pointy diadems. They have the masks.
Yep, that's true. Would you? I don't know. I think I'd want a diadem, but I think a mask would be cool too.
Oh, I would fully want a diadem. If you give me between a mask for the rest of my life or a crown, 130% to the crown.
No, Well, and the people with the masks don't always have them on. And it sounds like that they can like call them forth when they
The
want them.
people with the diadems can call them down.
Can they?
Yeah, they have to be able to exist in the real world.
That's true. You glamour them. Glamour.
Or, I mean, some people, it looked like they shrank in their head. I don't know, but still, I want
to think about.
Even if you walked out into the world with a crown on your head, nobody would think, hey, it's growing out of your head. They just think you're wearing a crown.
They just think you're a little weird.
Or you're just going to a rather extravagant ball.
Extravagant ball?
Balls.
I love balls. Yeah. You can stick with that one.
I love a good dancing ball.
Love it. 10 out of 10.
Let's get into it. I want to get into Octus and Grandma and Jordan.
Yes. Okay, who do we want to talk about next?
I think we should do Jordan because it leads into 2 other characters.
Yes. Okay. So Jordan is a dragon, and he is a ward.
He annoyed the crap out of me.
It was such a dude. Just like
he wanted his cake and he wanted to eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know how that's going in the real world right now. Sir, you can't just sit here and teetle and twist and run and but say, oh, don't get close to me. But hey, honey, how you doing?
I know.
Go away.
Make a decision, dude. Like, you either like her or you don't. Don't give this whole, I can't say what I'm feeling because it's scary. Like, I'm sorry.
But I'm sorry, like, you don't give a shit about your dad anyways. Why care about his feelings for you?
Yeah, it's like you're a grown man here. You've graduated. Like, you are an adult.
Yes. Like, you are out of school. You are about to be a parent to Dragonhead.
Yeah.
You can run your own thing. If you're not being an alpha king, then I don't want you.
Yeah. And also, they spend the entire book, like 4/5 of the book, just a sliver of it left. And he, the entire time, has feelings for Quell, and they're building, and their relationship is getting more established. And then the second he finds out, he's able to just turn around and turns her in immediately. Immediately.
And then proceeds to say, I was so sad for the past 3 days because I couldn't feel you.
Yeah. Come on, man.
So hard to die. You think you get an option to be sad? Absolutely not.
He literally said, I will do what's needed of me to Quell's grandmother. And the Quell's grandmother was like, not necessary. Like, he was going to kill her.
And he says that he will be the one to have to track down Quell after she made the mess at her cotillion debut. He says, I will have to be the one to take care of it or take care of you. Straight up says it. I was reading that part before we hopped on again today because I wanted to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. But, I mean, and then proceeds, to say right before he's like, please don't do this. I love you. And that's the first time he's going to say, I love you. Excuse me. No, you don't get to do this. You don't get to throw people under the bus and then say I love you while trying to get them to change their mind just because you want to keep them forever.
No, he's just the kind of person that he doesn't care if something's wrong. He's just going to do what's expected of him because it's the easy way. Like, he doesn't want to do hard things.
Yeah, listen, Quell, please, if you do this, it would fall to me. I'd have to find you and Quell, I love you.
Manipulation. Because what if she had actually stopped? Like, if she actually didn't go through with the plan?
He still tried to kill her once.
He's not just going to let it slide that she was about to destroy everything.
I mean, I don't think they could ever actually have a relationship the way that Quell was open with him from the beginning, except for the toushana and her beds. Yeah. Like, that's the only thing she hid from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She even told him her deepest desire about the cute little beach house with the cute little small windows and the planter.
He very close, and he
just rips it out from underneath her. But I mean, so the story goes. I mean, I feel like every girl has to learn that lesson of can't always trust men.
Yeah. No, and I think she has now. She's full entered her villain stage, and I love it. I'm so excited.
I want her to. I could argue. I mean, grandma is grandma, but like grandma didn't fake who she was at all. I could argue Jordan was the biggest villain in Quell's eyes at that moment.
I
Like,
think so too, because
grandma was.
yeah.
Because why else would her mom run away from grandma?
Yeah, she didn't hide. I mean, you're right. Like, the grandma didn't tell Quell everything, but when Quell found some things out, she was open about it. She was like, yeah, this is who I've been the entire time. And Quell knows that her grandmother's difficult. And
Well, and her grandmother wasn't acting all sugary towards her from the beginning anyway. So she was always trying to strong arm her into what she wanted for her and what she wanted for her heir. So you knew that grandma wasn't all about sheltering Quell or making sure Quell was okay. You know, she was doing what she wanted, what was best for her and her house.
Absolutely. Yeah. She was straight up from the beginning. She's like, you're the heir. You're going to take over.
Yeah.
And now that it's been brought to my attention, you have toushana. So does she. She's been hiding it for decades too. So she's like, oh, great. You're even more like me.
Yep.
Now we can bond over it. And I can tell you the terrible things I've done to keep this house. And then that's when Quell's like, I'm not all about that.
Yeah.
But it's not like she lied about it.
But I mean, even Shelby, when she was annoyed and didn't get her way, she just stopped talking to Quell. Like, I could argue Jordan was the worst villain in all of this.
Yeah.
Because he's pulling all the emotional strings to try to get what he wants out of everything.
Yeah. No, I agree. He is definitely, he's the Dane of this series to me so far.
Yes, he is so Dane. He is so Dane coded.
I know. And
you're making me want to reread one.
That was really good. I'm excited for the third one to come out.
No, I can't reread yet. It's too far away.
I know.
All right. So Jordan, we find out in the very last 3 to 4 pages of the book, his brother's Ygritte.
Yes. And Ygritte is also
the one trying to kill Quell. So Jordan had to know this whole time Quell was being. I have to argue that Jordan knew.
I don't think so. I think the dragons, they don't talk to each other about their.
I don't think they do, but at the same time, like, his brother knows.
Yeah, his brother has been hunting Quell this entire time. But I think at the end where he reveals himself as Octos, I don't think Jordan knew he was Octos.
Well, no, I don't think he knew that. But I do think that Jordan knew, because why else did he suddenly get so close to Quell as soon as she got on the property?
Yeah. And maybe he was just waiting to see if it was right or wrong that she had toushana.
Yeah, and he was trying to figure it out. And that's why he became her mentor, because he could figure it out fast enough.
He did, because he requested her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he knew from the beginning that there was a bounty on Quell's head.
I get it. I think that makes sense. I think
that's why he didn't let himself fall in love either. But at the same time, it was even worse the way he did it.
Yeah, no, especially if he knew major villain. If he knew his brother was after Quell and got close to her and manipulated all of the emotions.
Because, I mean, he was going to be the only one that could get her out of that castle.
Yeah. I want to know how Felix plays into all of this, too.
I do, too, because Felix and Jordan
knew about her.
Between the two of them.
Yeah. So some people know and some people don't. Like, it's very interesting. I need to learn more about the dragons. We did not get a whole lot of them. Really, what we got was when we were reading from Yagran's point of view, and he is turning against them because they killed Red,
which is the girl he liked.
Yes, which was his significant other.
That was kind of like us, no magic, no idea of the world.
Yeah, and she had no idea what she was getting into. She had no idea what was going on, and then they killed her. And so he was just like, F all of you. I'm going to destroy everything.
And so he goes and finds the spear in 1 month, which I want to talk about that because
very fast.
People have been looking for this for like hundreds of years. It sounds like. How does this man find it in 1 month?
They did kind of build him up as a great tracker.
Like that is true. He is a great tracker.
Like they mentioned his tracking in each of his things, especially sending him after Quell.
But it makes me question then why was Felix put on to track the spear if he was the best tracker?
Maybe because they really wanted Quell first. Like
Maybe.
maybe they were like, find Quell and then find the sphere, because they probably had a bajillion people looking for the sphere, but only trusted one person to find Quell.
I don't know if it's trust because they weren't really trusting him anyways because they were on his ass all the time.
I know. Oh, you know what I want to talk about?
Yeah.
House Pearl.
Yeah. Balua?
She's the one that's sending people to hunt Quell, but then she's the one at the end that gives her that card that says, hey, if you ever need somewhere to hide, hit me up.
I have a hot take about that.
Okay.
I think Balua Pearl, I don't know if that's how you say her name, but House Pearl, Mistress Pearl, I think she's hiding them. And that's why the toushana is cracking the sphere because they're not killing.
Oh, they're not killing them. She's just hiding them. Ooh. Okay.
I think she's getting them to a safe place. Like, I don't think Noré is dead.
Dead. Okay. And because she was House Ambrose.
Yes, she was the heir of House of Amber, which I also find interesting. How has it that every heir we've been introduced has toushana?
I think it's very much. I don't think toushana is as evil as they think. I think it's just one of those things that people originally were scared of, and when people don't understand things, they're scared of them.
I mean, we all know how many times in history people get scared of things and try to wipe it off the world. But I think toushana is the natural path of magic, and they've been trying to kill it. And now that they're not killing it, it's coming back with a vengeance on the people that are attacking it.
Yeah, like I don't think magic will go away when the sphere gets destroyed. And we know the sphere eventually is going to have to be destroyed because that's what.
Another reasoning too is it doesn't sound like toushana had to be bound, like for it to work. But everybody else's magic had to be bound to themselves so it would work.
Yeah, there's.
I don't think the way that they're doing magic was necessarily the correct way, and I think toushana is
order. I think the order has. I mean, we know the order's sketchy, but I think we're about to learn a whole lot more.
I think the order is controlling them through controlling the right quote unquote type of magic.
Absolutely. I think so.
I think toushana is the natural path of magic.
That would make sense. But not everybody has it.
So not everybody's actually magical. Because if you weren't magic, but you bound yourself to some type of magic, that would make you then magic. But if you have to bind to magic, then aren't you one of the most powerful then?
I think that, yeah, no, I agree. I think toushana is the most powerful form of magic, and I think that's why people are scared of it.
I agree. I think it's too much power compared to the other people, and they don't want somebody else having more power than them.
Yeah, it's all about power. It's definitely all about power. Well, that's why, I mean, Headmistress Marionne is tying everybody to her house through their rights.
I think that there is actually a big war between Marionne and Pearl. Pearl is saving toushana, and Marionne is getting rid of all of them so she can stay the most powerful.
Oh, yeah, I think there has to be some form of war by the end of this.
Oh, no, I think it's already been happening, and that's why the toushana people are disappearing.
Yeah, because Pearl's
saving
an army
in a place that some of magic can get to them.
Yeah, and that's why Marionne is tying people to her house when they go through the rite. They're like involuntary
to be
servants
doing what she wants.
Yeah,
no matter what happens. She's a villain for sure, and I think she's a devious little snake.
Oh, for sure.
But she is definitely power hungry.
Oh, yeah.
And I think she's the reason why all those toushana people are still dying. Because if you notice, she pinpricked everybody that came into her house to check and see if they had toushana. So she knew immediately when somebody entered her house if they had toushana. I genuinely think she's the one actually getting rid of people, and Pearl is saving them. Or attempting to.
I like it. I hope so. That'd be a twist. I really like it.
Right?
I really like that.
But back to Ygritte. I is so intrigued. So we talked about it. He found the sphere after 1 month.
Yep.
And he's sitting there to crack it and destroy it immediately. And then he immediately gets Jordan there because Jordan did the thing with
The tie, yeah.
with the tying, which I find very interesting. Why does Jordan tie to everybody now with his core?
I don't know. I mean, because so far it's two
How many
people,
people
the two
has he?
people that have been closest to him. And they said the trace, he said he'd let his brother put it on him as a prank when they were kids.
Right.
So, but then
At
I
the
think,
same
I don't know
time.
why he did it with Quell so quick. Like, you knew each other for a couple weeks.
I think there's something more to why he does that. And I'm intrigued to see why.
Because Jordan's just a little robot for the dragons. He's just a little robot. He can't think for himself.
I don't think he is.
You don't think he's a robot? No, not a real robot. But he just does what he's told.
He does, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He does, but he has mixed feelings about doing it, kind of like Ygritte. The other difference is he's just not acting on them like Ygritte, which I find very interesting because two boys of the same very powerful household both don't like how things are being run.
Yeah, but and I mean, Ygritte's the only one that's doing something about it. Jordan's just like, well, what can we do? And it's like, you could do a lot of things.
Yeah. But I feel like he would get himself into a great position for Ygritte and Quell to then have another division. If he becomes a dragon head, head of house there, then they've got a division of the order that is like pretty much their army at their
Yeah. I think long term, if they
the
can,
next book getting him onto their side.
yes, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say if they can fully flip Jordan, but keep Jordan on his path, and he does become head of dragon, but he's on their side like that, they've got an ace in their pocket for sure.
I think that could very easily happen because Jordan's going to spend the next book searching for Quell the whole time, and I think she's going to sit there and tease him, just slightly show him where she is for just 5 seconds, long enough to say, "Join me," and then poof out.
I'm really excited to see.
It's a cat and mouse hunt between her and him now.
I'm excited for that, but I'm also excited to see how her and Octos / Ygritte,
I want to know if
their relationship.
Yes, I want to know if Octos will ever show that he is Ygritte, the one who's been trying to kill her for the whole book. And I want to know
that could be the end of the next book, going into the I mean, I don't know how many they're going to be.
I don't either. But I could see that being fracturing to their friendship too. I see them building a great friendship and relationship. He's going to teach her how to use this powerful dark magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to break because Jordan's going to be like, that's my brother. That's Ygritte. That's the guy that's been trying to kill you.
Yeah. Like Jordan's going to be trying to warn her back. She's going to be like, I don't want to talk to you. Oh my gosh.
He's going to get to try to get her to buy the other magic again and feel it in my bones.
I'm so excited to just see how this progresses. Like there's so many, and we learned at the very end that Quell's mom is being held by the dragons. She's been captured. Octos Ygritte was the one that was pretending to be her mom to keep her in school. And so there's just so many avenues I'm excited to see, but it's not too many, like sometimes there are too many storylines, but this is just enough. And then we know they're all going to like converge at some point.
I can't wait for them all to come to a head. I also feel like this fear breaking won't actually do as much as everybody fears.
I know. I want it to break. Like you finish the book and you're like, I want to see what happens.
Break.
Shatter.
Wow. I'm so excited for the next book. Like I am on the edge of my seat now.
I know. I think it comes out.
Let me Google. Let me find the Google.
No, I think it's because Wisteria is in August.
Yes.
And when did this book come out?
So Shadows of Pearl is the next book. So we're definitely getting way more on House of Pearl next.
And it's so pretty.
It's so pretty. It has her diadem on it.
Love it. Oh, I love it.
I think it came out.
No way. Let me see.
Oh, coming soon, pre-order now.
Let's see. What is it? House of Shadows of Shadows
Oh,
of.
it comes out September 3rd of this year.
Okay.
September 3rd.
Heck yeah. I'm so excited.
We're gonna have the rest of our year picked out in books.
I know. We're gonna have so many. Yeah, that's gonna be really good. It's really pretty.
It's so pretty. Did you read the synopsis?
No, not yet.
Okay, we'll read it off the podcast.
Yeah, we won't. You guys won't make you watch me read that.
Oh.
Sit here for a moment while I read. We should do that 24-hour next time I come up or you come to Atlanta. We should do that 24-hour reading challenge. I don't think it's a challenge. I think it's just read for 24 hours with us.
I don't think our husbands would love us if we did that, but yeah, we could do that.
We would, even if I came up alone, Chris would never. He would be so bored. He'd interrupt.
He would probably burn my books.
He'd interrupt every 30 minutes, most likely.
It would have to be a time when he's out. Oh, maybe we can send him on a boys trip somewhere.
They can go play golf or something.
Well, no, it has to be more than golf because
I know, but like send him to a golf resort.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Wait, yeah. And then we go to a spa resort.
Yes. Oh, I'm down.
We read and spa. They golf and
drink.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll go to wine. Let's do it. And there. For everybody that is stuck with us through this one, sorry for the Monday ADHD world, but we're super excited to get into Cruel Prince next. And on the edge of my seat for book number 2,
That's gonna be
House of Pearl. Oh, I'm so excited. 10 out of 10 for House of Marionne.
I really enjoyed it. Great world building. Really recommend for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the Cruel Prince series too. There's 3 of them. So
you'll see us in 3 weeks on here.
Next couple weeks are planned out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening this week. We will see you next week with the Cruel Prince.
Bye, guys.
Bye.